Chapter 5, Mishnah 8. The Mishnah continues to discuss the exact point at which a sale is completed, after which neither party can withdraw from the sale. The Mishnah speaks about a case where a person is buying a container full of a liquid, such as wine or oil, and the seller is pouring the liquid into a borrowed container that belongs to a third party. If someone sells wine or oil to his fellow, and as the goods are being poured into the borrowed container, their price went up or their price went down so that one of the parties wants to withdraw from the sale, the law is as follows. If the price changed before the container was filled completely, all of the wine or oil still belongs to the seller, and either party may withdraw from the sale. But if the price changed after the container was filled, the goods already belong to the buyer. Once the container is filled, the buyer automatically acquires the wine or oil, and the sale is complete. The Mishnah speaks about a case where the law is different. But if there was a broker between them, that is, if the container belongs to a broker who is buying the wine or oil from the seller and then selling it to the buyer, then if the barrel breaks after it is filled, it has broken for the broker. The broker intended to acquire the wine or oil for himself and then sell it to the buyer, but it was therefore his when the barrel broke, and he must bear the loss, not the buyer. Some other laws that apply to the sale of liquids. And the seller must tip out 3 drops for him. If someone is selling the entire contents of a container, he must pour out the wine or oil into the buyer's container, and then let 3 more drops out, and then let 3 more drops of the remains of the liquids drip into the buyer's container as well. Once he has given the buyer those 3 drops, if he then tilted the container on its side and more liquid collected, this leftover liquid belongs to the seller, since the buyer does not expect to receive every last drop. But a shopkeeper who makes many sales one after the other does not have to tip out 3 drops for each buyer. Since he is busy with his many sales, we do not trouble him to do this. The Mishnah cites a Tana who limits the shopkeeper's exemption. Rabbi Yehuda says, on Friday, when it's close to evening, he is exempt, because the Shabbat is near, the Sabbath is near, and he is very rushed. According to Rabbi Yehuda, it is only right before the Sabbath that a shopkeeper does not need to tip out the 3 drops. But in all other times, even a shopkeeper must tip out 3 drops for the buyer.